What's up, everybody? What's up, Discord, YouTube? Follow-up video on my Gamestop video a few days ago. I had mentioned a psychological low of 20, mentioned that I had covered calls at 40 and cash secured put at 17, meaning I was ready to buy more shares if it was to dip to 17. Could see it falling below 17 because of just how much it's diluted. I mean, before the first dilution, it was like $15 and then $17 after the next dilution, which is unusual to go up, to put them in a better financial position because they had more money, which I've mentioned many times is they've literally, at the shareholders' expense, bought themselves all this extra time to be in business since the business is losing money. What they hopefully do is close all the businesses, close the legacy. Roaring Kitty agreed with me. I said this before he came on his live. I said it. I said the original business is dead, and trying to do Pokemon cards is also a completely horrible idea. There's a lot of local game stores, trading stores, and online trading stores, TCG Player, Card Market, all these places that specialize in that, and the prices of these things fluctuate all the time. You need literal professionals or like people in the industry who are, their sole obsession or hobby is trading cards because they can fluctuate daily. So that's not the way to go. Closing that down is the way to go. Keeping the brand is worth money. Coca-Cola is worth money. GameStop's worth money. A brand is worth money. Maybe have New York and LA open for posterity. Just keep 2 locations. Get rid of the rest. Get rid of all the employees in between. Most of the executives. Guys, GameStop, all they need to do is not go into crypto, okay? Some people have been arguing, oh, go get Bitcoin. Fuck no, okay? For starters, you'd be buying the top of Bitcoin. Secondly, Bitcoin is owned and controlled by government now. And hedge funds and the markets. How these Bitcoin people don't understand this at this point is insane. So it went from we don't need anyone telling us that this is worth money to, oh yay, there's ETFs now. We have their approval, Bitcoin to the moon. Okay, the people in it literally 188 and were desperate for recognition because Bitcoin was trading at like 17 to 19,000. Ever since then, it's pumped back to it hit an all-time high, 72,000, and it's like 70,000, 72,000 right now. So, yeah, can you please invest at the top all your hard-earned capital that you just destroyed shareholders to get? Okay, they freaking destroyed shareholders. GameStop was $67, and then they diluted it again for the second time in 3 weeks. Yeah, no, it's the most risky asset that exists. It's a pyramid scheme. The only reason it keeps going up is because new money's buying in, thinking it's an okay thing to invest in, and original people are just yanking it. You see it all the time. You see 3,000 Bitcoins getting sold in a single bar on a 3-minute chart, which is like $60 or $600 million. Fuck, man, original investors are getting TF out, okay? No one has 3,000 Bitcoins that got in at 69,000 and they're selling for 69,100. Okay. But anyways, don't do that. Just literally put the money in a fund, a bond, a GIC. Just put it in a cash fund through a banking institute. Okay, so me and you, okay, we go to the bank, we can get 4.5% to 5% right now. I think rates have slipped a little bit, so call it 4.25 to 4.75%, okay, annually. You can get that right now. Doesn't keep up with inflation, which today they pretended came down, but is in actuality, it's about 100% a year. So, it doesn't keep up with that, but on the books, it's profit at no cost with 0 risk and 0 downside. So they can close legacy, take all the capital and put it in a fund we're going to get that rate up. They at a bank with $2 billion, they're going to get 10 to 12%. You put $2 billion in a bank, in a fund, and lock it away for a year, you're getting 10-ish%, okay? What are the shorts going to say? What are they going to say if GameStop's not losing money and is literally locked in to make money? What are you going to do? And the only losses would be a little bit of executives, maybe 2 stores, and they would need like an R&D team. Okay, so while they have this money locked away, what they need to be doing is getting a team together and a group to figure out, like, market research, okay, to figure out where are we going from here with all this capital, because our previous business model is not going to be successful. It's not, guys. We all know it. You know it. You buy your games on the Sony store. You buy them through Epic. Like Fortnite. How many people bought Fortnite at GameStop? The answer is 0. It was the largest, most profitable game, like Clash of Clans, okay? Yeah, I tried it. It fucking sucks. But guess what? Clash of Clans has made, I think, like $10 billion, okay? It's fucking insane. Guess where you buy that? Google Store and Apple Store. It's a phone game or a tablet game. You don't buy it at GameStop. You don't buy shit at GameStop. No one buys anything at GameStop. They know it's dead. We know it's dead. Christmas Q4, they had $1.2 billion in revenue. Last quarter, revenue's down over $400 million. Sure, they had revenue of like $900 million. Guess what, guys? Do you know what? Revenue isn't profit. They lost money. They burned cash. They burned 30% of their cash. 30% in a quarter. Revenue is the total sales. Revenue is not the net profits, okay? If I go to flip a car and I buy it for $5,000 and I sell it for $4,000, my revenue is $4,000. My losses is $1,000. Okay, so you, like, don't be like, oh, they made $900 million. Obviously, people are buying. Yes, I don't know what people are spending $800 million on at GameStop. I have no fucking clue. But clearly, they don't literally understand. They can just save themselves the car ride, save themselves that potential injury or insurance claim. Like, every time you get in a car, guys, like right now, you run the risk of getting in an accident, changing your life, damaging your vehicle, any number of things, okay? Why am I going to go to GameStop to buy Final Fantasy VII Remake for a PlayStation 5 when I can get it on the computer with a Steam sale for 50% off and never leave my house, with better graphics and just better? You know what I'm saying? And every game is like this. Blizzard Activision, you buy all the games there. Diablo 4, fastest selling, highest grossing game last year. Fastest selling, highest grossing. All bought through Blizzard, okay? So they need to get rid of that business. Roaring Kitty agreed. He said Legacy's dead. Go listen to his video. Legacy's dead. Put that money away. Get that market research going, okay? And shorts would be kind of screwed. What are they going to do? Hold short for 1 to 2 years? Hold short for 2 years. Yeah, good job. Good luck. Have all that margin tied up. I mean, they're boring at 0 right now, but those rates can change. Rates change daily when it comes to shorts on any ticker. So there's something I need you guys to understand right now, though, in the GameStop play that you don't. A lot don't understand, like, at all. Everybody in my Discord understands this. I talk about it religiously. We follow the whole markets. We know. So right now there is like a war going on with the Magnificent 7, which is really more like the Magnificent 3 or 4. It's really not the Mag 7 anymore in my books. It's really the 3 or 4. But let's go with the 3, okay? Tesla, or sorry, not Tesla. I'm just thinking of cult CEOs like Cohen and Elon and Bill Wang. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia all went from being $35 stocks post stock split anywhere between 2 and 5 years ago to where they are now. Hundreds of dollars a share. Microsoft nearly $500 a share. Apple today 217 and change. Guys, you need to understand this. GameStop today at $30 is worth $10 billion. Please, this is incredibly important. $10 billion. And Jim Cramer will be tweeting how they got to be investigated. They went from 5 billion to 10 billion overnight. Apple goes up $2. That's 30 billion. It's 31. Wow, it's $30.566 billion. But let's just call it 30. 30 billion. It goes up 3 GameStops. 3 on a $2 move. 2. Because the float is 15.33 billion shares. Billion. Now, in the last 1 day and 4 hours, because it's 12:30 Eastern, Apple is up from 191 to 217. It's up $370 billion. When you guys keep talking about GameStop like it's going to crash the market, the extreme cultists out there, you're insane. You don't know what you're talking about. You're lying to everybody else, and you're borderline a moron. A $10 billion company, even if it went to $100 billion, if the stock 10x'd, guys, and went to $300 a share right now, which by the way, if you account for the 1-for-4 reverse split that occurred in 2021, that would make it $1,200 per share. Even if it went to $1,200 a share or $300 a share from right now, even overnight, it wouldn't do a fucking thing. Apple by itself is up $360 billion in less than 2 days, in 1 day and 4 hours of trading. Okay? Which is why I don't understand how Cramer can say that about GameStop while having a straight face that Nvidia and so Apple for one, but Nvidia, because you know he's going to be tugging his wiener on fucking CNBC today. Oh, Apple, like fucking $35 stock that's $217. It's gone up that high because they fucking invested $1 billion into Apple Vision Pro and are literally canceling it. For 2025, it's gone. And you can lock apps, guys, and hide apps so that you can cheat on your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband. Because why else would you need to lock fucking apps and hide them other than your dating apps? And that's going to earn them zero revenue because just hiding an app on your phone doesn't make any fucking revenue. By the way, they don't own ChatGPT and they just added it to their phone. Who gives a shit? Google has already integrated AI. All these companies have already integrated AI. And ChatGPT is already showing to become that it's like a biased, shitty-ass AI that's getting stupider with human interaction. We're making the AI dumber. We told it to learn. It learned. It became amazing. Now that we're interacting with it, it's becoming stupider. Can you even imagine? Yes, I can, because you are what you surround yourself with. And it's surrounding itself with a bunch of morons, the AI. People that are stupid. So it's becoming dumb. But anyways, grouping with that, will that generate Will that generate $360 billion of revenue? I don't know. But the stock moved $360 billion in 2 fucking days, and it actually looks like there's upside on the stock. I can't believe it. Pull a 5-year, guys. Apple is $35 fucking dollars because its stock split at like 200. It split at 200 because 200 was too high, so it split. Now it's fucking 217 all over again. People are dumb and forget this shit, and they're buying at all-time highs. It's fucking insane. But will Cramer say anything? No. Will he pump Nvidia on his show? Even though Nvidia went from 250 billion to 3 trillion in 18 months, and just last week it went up as well. Do you know that last week Nvidia went up more than all of Berkshire Hathaway combined, guys? Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, the best stock trader of all time, whose shares are worth $600,000 and have 3 classes, A, B, and C, because it's so valuable. $600,000 for the A each. Nvidia went up more than the entire market cap of Berkshire A. And he's pumping it, but he's going to complain about a $5 billion pump on GameStop? Fuck you, Jim Cramer, and everybody else who's like that. I'm not an indoctrinated GameStop bull, but what I can't stand is these phony ass people that say one thing, try to point you and misdirect you, and over here there's way more illegal activity and fraudulent shit happening. There's no fucking way these companies are going up in this amount of money. The money doesn't even exist, guys. The money doesn't exist. So they call it the Mag 7 because between 7 companies, $16 trillion value. Worth more than every other company with 7 companies in the whole world. 7 dominate, guys. It's insane to have that much market congested into only 7 stocks. And every time this has happened, guys, bubble bursts. Right now, this is likely what we are going to be calling the AI bubble. No doubt that AI is going to become a big thing, but they've already priced in the AI gains for 50 years. The EPS on some of this shit, guys, is priced into 2075 on some of these stocks and 2100. You'll all be dead by then, literally. Probably be dead by 2050. It's already priced in as if they've already made the money, guys. It's insane. How on earth is there any upside whatsoever in any of that at these prices? I don't know. But you have to understand again, so that was about a 5-10 minute rant on how don't expect any pump in GameStop to do shit to the market. But that doesn't mean that it won't pump GameStop. I'm just saying it's not going to do anything to any of these rich pieces of crap because they're already making money hand over fist. Can't sit it out 2 years in a row. Highest grossing profits back to back, guys. He said last year he made more money last year than his company had made since inception. And then he did it again. 2 years ago. And then he did it again last year. So 2 years in a row, more money than his company ever made since inception. Because the market's been in a full-blown pump. Meanwhile, these memes were floundering. Yeah, they had another comeback. Okay, cool. Play the volatility, make money. That's fine. I said you could literally own your shares for free this week. Okay? If you would have shorted GameStop at 60, it hit 67. If you would have shorted at 60, held to 30, and just rebought your shares at 30, 60 to 30 is 30 a share. Meaning, at 30, you can buy all of your shares totally for free. When they announced it, you don't sit there and fight it and go, oh, it's manipulation. No, when Cohen comes out like a piece of crap and announces a dilution, okay, you don't fight the fucking tsunami that's headed right for the shareholders. Sell your shit, sell your stock, get the hell out, and buy when it stabilizes. Simple as that. and at the very least, so that's protecting yourself. Improving your net worth, buy the stock as it falls, buy puts and or sell the shares, not buy the stock, sell the shares, like buy into the ride down, okay? Ride it down. When it stabilizes, close out and go long again. Big money and smart money. You want to be dumb money? Be dumb money. You're a dummy. That's fine. You want to be smart money? You play both sides, okay? And you look for opportunities. And that was an opportunity. Imagine, guys, because 700,000 people tuned into Roaring Kitty stream. 700,000. If everybody had 100 shares on the way down, that's 700,000, add a zero, 7 million. 70 million shares? 100 shares? God, I can't even do the math. For fuck's sakes. It's times 100, right? If everyone had 1 share, that's 700,000. If everyone had 10 shares, that's 7 million. If everyone had 100 shares, that's 70 million. 70 million shares could have been locked up if everybody just shorted 100 shares that was tuning into his live stream. 70 million shares locked up. The float is like 500 million shares, so that's almost 20% of the whole float. Imagine if everybody had 200 shares locked up, so around 6 grand. 6 grand invested each. 6 grand, like 200 times 30 bucks, 6 grand. So if all 700,000 had 200 shares sold short at 60, closed at 30, now you've locked up nearly 35-40% of the float. Add that to the DRS to people from before who remain. Many sold. Don't kid yourself. They waited 4 years. They fucking probably got the hell out and went back to normal stocks, which are liquid. And holding a piece of paper is not liquid. And it must have taken them weeks to get that shit sent in to sell. Anyways, you'd be holding the whole fucking float short, and the company would still have its $2 billion. Okay? Shorts would be screwed, man. Incredibly screwed. That would be your catalyst. If apes would learn to fucking play both sides and then just reinvest the profits right back in, that would be the catalyst that sends this thing berserk. You guys really got to level up. The best way to do that, get in my Discord. Right? You might see this video, but people in the Discord get this info by the minute every day that I'm on. Obviously, I'm not on right this second. I'm coming back from the hospital, but people in it, we're in it every day. We're watching it. You get the info then and there, so you can act then and there. The link will be in the description and pinned in the comments. It pays for itself. Look in the comments. Just read the comments, guys, for proof. I love the Discord. I like the Discord. Your Discord is the only one I stayed in. Your Discord is the only one I pay for. I should have listened to you. I should have this. You called it. My comments speak for themselves, okay? You don't even have to take my word for it. And, this is what I do. This is what I've done for over 20 years. So, what was my one last thing here? Fed will speak today. We'll see what happens. I don't really care. I literally don't care at this point because the market has moved in spite of every sort of Fed meeting. It gets all crazy berserk in anticipation of what he says. Then it reacts to what he says. Then within 45 minutes, it's usually completely just reversed and gone up. Doesn't matter. Always just goes up. Up, 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 up. Look at the SPY, guys. We were like 335 at the start of last year. January 2023, 335. Fucking 450 now, guys. It's mental. Massive, massive bubble that needs to correct. We'll see what happens there. Anyways, one last thing about Roaring Kitty. Guy was a total goof to give up all of his call options. Could have easily sold those call options into the market. Market would have scooped him up. It's not like selling your call options is bearish. Make that money. Get that 150, 250, 300 million, whatever his call options were valued at. Get that cash. Then show everybody on your live stream, hey, I have all those shares that I still had, and yes, those are down quite a bit. But check out all the money I made on my calls. Guess what I'm going to do with that money, guys? So he had this sick opportunity to really level himself up and level the play up even more. And I would absolutely not condone all eggs in one basket, but the guy is literally all eggs in one basket, and it's been working out for him. Okay, so it's been working out for him. That's all fine and dandy. Most of us, it does not work out that way. He has a horseshoe. He has a lucky clover. He has a rabbit's foot. He has the number 7. He has a golden pig. He has everything up his ass that is lucky. Okay? He has the Willy Wonka golden ticket, because nobody else has even come close to that who's been holding. Okay? So good. I mean, good for him, but definitely messed that up. Really would have been nice to see him cash out, and that would have been his announcement. If it wasn't a board seat, which I still think is likely, I still think a board seat is likely. He agrees with me, legacy is dead, like I said. So we agree on a few things there. We disagree on Cohen. I think all CEOs are inherently bad, and they're leeches. They're all extremely overpaid, guys. No one needs to be making $30 million a year because they're running a company. I don't give a fuck. I don't. You don't need, no. All that money you're taking from the company and from shareholders and from people. You're just a greedy, leechy piece of shit. And I'm not even saying he makes that, but I mean some CEOs do. And then when you just constantly dilute on your shareholders, like Adam Aaron, or like everybody, Apple even, fucking dilute, split, dilute. Yeah, they're just pieces of garbage, pretty much, who somehow manage to convince people they're necessary. Put it this way, okay? Love them or hate them. Maybe I'll end on this because I've been rambling and shit. Love them or hate them. Elon Musk buys Twitter, right? Fires 90% of Twitter staff. 90. Company runs like a well-oiled machine. You don't need that many. You never did need that many people. They fired lots of executives. It's actually the engagement on it has gone up since he's bought it. So it's improved with 90% less corporate oversight. Think of what government would do in that regard. And think of what a lot of these companies... Guys, if AMC's on the brink, and it always is, and GameStop is too because it's burning 30% of its cash in one quarter, if these companies are on the brink, it's time to cut it loose. There's really no other way about it. Cut the fat. And the fat is all these people that aren't needed. The problem with retail is you still have locations that need to be serviced. But therein lies the problem. There's your cash burn. Time to pivot. Movies would still exist without AMC, guys. Guess how many movies AMC makes? They don't fucking make movies. They show movies. Paramount makes movies. Disney makes movies. Sony makes movies. Lionsgate makes movies. You know what I'm saying? Movie company, Netflix makes movies. Most of them all have stocks, by the way. Those tickers, like those companies I mentioned, most have tickers. You don't need AMC to go watch movies, guys. I don't like. Initially, sure, yeah, started out by saving theaters 4 years ago because of the CV19, but I mean, let's be real. Half of y'all, including myself, probably just watching that shit online for free from the comfort of your bed or couch. Or maybe you have a few subscription services in Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Hulu, whatever, Roku. that you use as well. Like, come on. The whole theater thing is a joke at this point. But I mean, I did give some good ideas there. And the catalyst of the cannabis situation is promising for them. If cannabis legalization happens nationwide over there, and not just on medical grounds, but on recreational grounds, meaning average people can smoke it. If that were to happen, it would be huge. If AMC were to capitalize. Weed brownies at the theater, chocolate chip weed cookies, hemp infused drinks, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all of them going to be coming out with cannabis infused drinks. Energy companies, cannabis infused. Everything cannabis. It's not like everyone's out there smoking weed and doing marijuana. But the people that are, and maybe the people that wanted to try it, once the stigma is lifted, and Canada's already been a pretty good test dummy for that. It reduces crime because there's no more, there's no more drug dealers. So people just go buy it, and it's hella cheap and very safe because you know what is in it. You know what is in it. There's no mystery things. There's no fentanyl magically in your marijuana, and it's like $5 Canadian and shit. Like, it's cheap. Like those gummies, even that gummies at AMC. The gummies are nothing. Okay, so the people that do it, they would spend. And guess what happens when you do that stuff? You get the munchies. And guess where AMC makes all of its money? Because a lot of the ticket prices go back to the companies, the movie companies. They make it on concession, right? So munchies plus concessions equals profits. So that could be huge. So they should be lobbying, aka donating money, to government to get that going, and that would help them too. We got to lift up some of these companies, but we got to do it the right way for the right reasons, and not with I get Roaring Kitty can post a meme and the stock may or may not go up, but you and I can't do that. We don't have any influence that way, and that's actually just makes us look like dumb money and look stupid. Let's have some actual catalysts that actually raise these stocks and raise the awareness of them and the perceived value. And I think that's the best way to financial freedom from these stocks and for these companies. Free.